What is going on, everybody? The Glitcher back again with another beautiful episode of That Video Game Show. Yes, I almost screwed up on saying that, but yeah, we got another lovely Saturday going on. So me and Galaxy Eater, we running the show tonight. But first and foremost, let me pay the bills. As everybody knows, we are sponsored by Dubby. Dubby is a clean burning energy type substance. It's really good. If you've had G Fuel, you'll love this stuff. The website is www.wenergy.gg, and if you type in the Glitcher Boys, you'll get a 10% discount. If you type in Galaxy Eater, you'll get a 10% discount. But I know this week they're running a 20% discount on top of all that. So, so yeah, definitely check it out and everything. I love the stuff. I'm addicted. But right now, we are definitely going to, well, let me stop yakking away and introduce Galaxy Eater. Galaxy Eater, how you doing on this lovely Saturday?
Oh, I am doing just wonderful. How are we today?
Oh, definitely good, definitely good. We are missing Glitcher Jr. He is at his mom's for the weekend, so he is not able to be on the show tonight. So it's just going to be me and Galaxy Eater. We're going to be yakking about a lot of stuff. Nothing big, video game stuff and everything. And all that fantastic stuff that we talk about all the time. But, yep, let me pull up the topics so I know where we're at. Got to always be prepared and organized. Alrighty, so we are going to. By the way, is anybody a fan of the show The Boys? Are you a fan of the show The Boys, Galaxy Eater?
I am.
Did you see the last episode with what happened? I don't know if I should be giving it out there, but yeah, what happened at the end? How Butcher and Homelander? Did you see that, man?
I did not. I did not. I did not yet.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm definitely not going to give it away. I'm not going to say anything bad. Hold on a second. What is going on here? I am having some technical issues on YouTube. Let me see. Let me see. What's happening, Dreadpool? How you doing? I see you're watching it on YouTube. Does everything look all right on YouTube, my friend? Because it's saying there's an error. It looks good. Alrighty then. Cool. Thank you then. It looks like it's buffering something going on. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. YouTube's being weird today. But anyways, all right, my friend, we are going to hop into the first topic. Forza Horizon 6. I just picked it up the other day. I had some issues with it, so I had to get a refund and everything, so I'm going to re-download it on the Xbox app. But from the half hour I did get to play, the game was absolutely amazing. I loved it. I love how everything looks. It's a beautiful looking game. And it's doing extremely well, my friends. It's got over, I think it sold over 5 million copies or something. And it's just doing absolutely great. Have you had a chance to try it yet, Galaxy Eater?
I have not just yet.
Oh my god, dude, you gotta get up on that because, like I said, I had a few issues. I don't know, it just kept crashing on my end, but from what I did play, it was really good. So I'm definitely gonna, after the show, try it on the Xbox app on my PC and see how it's going because I don't know, it's acting weird. It was weird the whole entire time. It just kept crashing. So, but you need to get up on that, man.
No, absolutely. I'm gonna definitely download. I'm gonna check out Game Pass and see if it's on there, which I think it is.
It is. It is. It
Yes,
definitely
yes,
is.
yes. So yeah, no, I'll definitely check it out on the Xbox because like again, we talked about this like a little bit before.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love racing games, and I'm a super sucker for like the street racing vibes. But I'll also play, like most racing games. Like most of us, especially growing up, we played like Gran Turismo. We had that, and I don't even hear anything about Gran Turismo anymore.
I mean, it's still out there, but yeah, I don't know. I think and this is not being an Xbox fanboy or anything, because I've always felt that, I like Gran Turismo. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to make that statement now, but for some reason I feel that Forza was the better racing game next to Burnout. So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
oh yeah, so definitely a big fan of that one. But like I said, I'm gonna give it a shot before after the stream to see if everything works well through the Xbox app. Oh, and I do want to make mention to the people that are watching or catch this later. I do have in the YouTube description the giveaway for the 007 First Light, the Gleam, where you'll sign up and all that stuff. So make sure you check that out. If you want a chance to win a copy of that, I will be giving that out on Wednesday. I work Wednesday night, so I will be getting up to be giving that out so early to make sure I give that out. So, but definitely stay tuned for that. Let me grab up the next topic. I don't know why I got you. If you were to see the whole screens right now, I've got so many screens going on, and I don't understand why YouTube is being weird. I don't
Well, while
know.
you're taking a moment, I want to say hey to K Trades. I see you over there, my guy. Thank you for coming to support the channel. How
Yes,
you doing
sir.
today?
Yes, yes, yes. So, you know what? I'm going to minimize this, and because I hate, man. Nope, we're not ending the stream. We're just going to minimize it. Maybe there's just too much going on, so we'll try it that way.
Alrighty.
See what's. I don't. That's just acting weird. I don't know. I don't get it. But, anyways, next topic. Moving on. PlayStation has gotten hacked again, which at this point there's so they put in a lot of price. They're raising the price for a lot of things. They raise the price for the system. They're raising the price for PlayStation Plus. That's going up. But with all this money that they're getting, you would think they would actually do something with their online stuff. You know, try to
Oh
help
yeah.
help prevent hacks and all that stuff, which I believe that it's terrible that they don't have anything worked on that. How do you feel about PlayStation getting hacked again? What's your thought about PlayStation Plus going up?
Okay, so here's my thing. Okay, it's almost like, and this is like not even a shot at PlayStation because I like PlayStation. I don't find myself like being married to like one platform or the other anymore. But when we're talking about them getting hacked, it's almost like a Call of Duty game coming out, right? It's like it's almost inevitable,
Yeah.
and the fact that they get hacked that often, it's not cute. And then you want to raise your prices on a service that I don't say it should be free, but I think it should definitely be a little cheaper, right?
Yeah.
Because I understand you're giving back to the players, but you're not always giving quality games. You're not always going to give people games that they want because you know a lot of, especially like in the earlier days of like the PlayStation 4, a lot of the games that were giving out on Plus were like indie games or smaller games. Granted, the pool was a little smaller, and as the years went on, they got a little better about it. But I don't know, just going from that experience, I don't, I really don't feel inclined to pay that much. Just pay that much money looking at it, and then on top of that, my account's gonna get hacked.
Exactly.
So
It's
it's like, why? Right.
we're put.
No, okay, just not an interview. This is more like a podcast. It's a podcast.
Yeah. It's what I don't understand is, yeah, we're spending X amount of dollars on these systems, this PlayStation Online stuff, which was free in the PlayStation 3 era. And it's funny because Xbox charged us back then in the 360 era and all that stuff. But, I mean, Xbox got hacked. Don't get me wrong. Yes, they got hacked.
Mm-hmm.
But not as nearly as bad as PlayStation is lately. And even when they charge now, it's like it's starting to become a very common thing a lot more. It's like, and a lot of people, they put their credit card and stuff on there because it's just easier to purchase something that way. And you've got all this information on there, and it's like somebody's going to get to it, and then their stuff's gone. And Sony doesn't really do anything to like fix that. They're not like giving any type of reimbursement or like sorry. What was the last time they did for the audience when their accounts got hacked? What, they gave away what, a game that was old as hell or something?
Yeah, it was something really silly. And then, on top of that, going into that just a little more, when you're, and I guess I'm obviously biased because I'm a consumer. When you give your money or you give your information to a company, it doesn't matter like what platform it is or machine, you expect some level of privacy protection, etc. Because obviously they want your money as quickly as possible, just as much as you want the product. And the fact that we can count on PlayStation or just anything like that just to be hacked the way that it is, because like I did a little digging on the hack, and it's a really old exploit, and it's something that you can do, by getting people's information just by like their gamer tag alone,
Yeah,
which I found kind of like weird because I'm like, didn't they patch this already or didn't they deal with this? Because
probably
it's
not.
actually a really old hack. Yeah, no, and they don't, but they want to raise their prices on the PlayStation. It's talking about some, oh well, it's the chips. Oh well, it's this, or oh well, it's that. No, if you're going to force me to buy your product, or I want to say buy because or force, if you're going to have me buy your product, right? You have to give me some guarantees, right? And this goes into what we're talking about, even like the last couple of weeks. And I love bringing this up. You want us to own nothing, rent everything, basically, have it all like at the tip of our fingers, for convenience. Take our credit card information, and then when it's gone or when it gets hacked, it's like, oh yeah, well, that's on you for not making a strong enough password, or that's just on you. No, your systems. You need to find a better way of recovering stuff. And I'm not saying Steam's better, but I know they have like a limit of like how many times you can like reset your password, for example. There's a
Yeah,
little bit of a limit there,
yeah,
and that makes you feel a little more comfortable.
and that's. I'm sorry if I'm spending X amount of dollars on a product, I would definitely 100% like almost top line security. I mean, this is our hobby. This is now, and of course, everything's getting super expensive now. So it's more. It's no longer like, it's like not a hobby because it's very expensive. But it's like, I don't want to have to worry at the end of the day if, like, say I forgot to lock my debit card because I was purchasing something and then I get distracted and then all of a sudden somebody gets into my account and
Right.
and then my bank account's empty because somebody hacked it. And that's where it's kind of getting irritating on Sony's end because it's like you guys are not doing anything lately that is very consumer friendly. You are kind of botching up on a lot of things, and it's not making you look good. Like raising the price on PlayStation Plus, you got the console prices that are going up, and you're getting hacked, and it's like, dude, that's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not trying to dump on Sony because I love PlayStation. Don't get me wrong. I still love my PlayStation. I love my Xbox and everything, and I love my PC, but it's like Sony's just kind of screwing the pooch really bad.
Oh yeah.
To be honest with you, I can't get behind that. If they don't start acting up right, if they don't start acting right, then when the next console generation comes out, the PlayStation 6 or the Project Helix, I'm not even gonna fuck with PlayStation because you're losing consumers' trust at the end of the day, and that
Right.
really, really sucks.
Actually, no, you're absolutely correct about that. And I think our major problem as a community is that we're still not truly voting with our wallets. It's starting to happen a little more,
Mm-hmm.
but until it happens to a point where it makes them go, okay, we need to actually, adjust, or, as long as we keep paying them, as long as we keep giving them basically everything that they will want. I mean, like, I don't even know. I don't feel like I need to continue that thought. I feel like, it says itself. They're going to give you less value, they're going to give you less security, as long as as long as they demand top dollar, and you are, I wouldn't say stupid enough to give you, their money, but righteously, if you're not going to do anything, what kind of signal are we sending, right?
And this is the third episode of our podcast, and the big touch point that I've noticed every time we start bringing up a lot about video game stuff is the wallets. We need to start talking with our wallets, and that's something that I feel we all, as video game consumers and all that, should really do. Not everybody has like super big channels to where they get stuff for free and all that. A lot of us, uh, we work our butts off. We, pay for everything. Like this giveaway, this is all coming out my pocket, and I'm fine with that. But that's the thing. This is all coming out of our pockets, and it's like these companies just think, oh, it doesn't matter. Screw it. We'll just keep charging them, and we'll keep raising up prices because they're going to keep buying. And it's like our key point so far that I've noticed between all 3 episodes so far is we need to start showing these companies, hey, we are the ones buying your stuff. You don't want to, it's going to sound weird, but you don't want to protect the consumer because you just want the quickest buck because, oh, you think, oh, I'm PlayStation, I'm Nintendo, I'm Xbox. They're just going to keep buying it after a while. Well, one day it's just going to hit them hard like, oh, crap, sales are going down. Nobody's buying stuff. Then we lose the trust of the consumer. And that's what we need to start doing because they acting like they can't do no wrong, right?
Correct. And that's really the biggest issue is it's the belief that they can just do whatever, they can get us to pay whatever exorbitant price and say that it's fair because, supply and demand. And I don't feel inclined to spend, my dollars on these things. Like, it really sucks because there are a lot of great game developers out there, a lot of great artists that are putting their heart and soul into. Oh crap! I'm about to die. They really put their heart and soul into the things that they're making. Like right now, as you can see on my screen, I'm currently playing Alien Fireteam Elite.
Hell yeah!
Hard mode, so I'm kind of like split attention here. So I'm just eating it. But it's really important that these people get paid. Like this game is a phenomenal game, and it's such a small game. It's kind of sad because you want like a little more out of it. But how can you justify that if you're not willing to pay? And the things that they come with, or the companies that make these decisions kind of kill these games. They kill franchises. You've seen what's going on in entertainment. As a whole, like movies are a perfect example of that. The wokeness, the anti-consumerism, the blaming, and I don't even like saying woke anymore because it's accurate, but it's not completely accurate. I think like when people say woke, they throw it out way too loosely. Let's be completely honest about that, right?
Yeah.
But if we're talking about like people using movies and just using media to not necessarily express themselves, but kind of like yeah, I'm an actor, or yeah, I'm a director, and this is how I feel. You guys can't do nothing about it. That kind of attitude ruins the experience for those who are going to go see the thing, because we're not just there to watch your masterpiece. You especially when you're using already established IPs. We're watching the thing to be the thing. I'm not going to go to an Alien movie expecting it to be all peaceful and stuff. Like, no, I came for a horror film.
Exactly.
This is what you promised.
Exactly.
And that's what we're getting here. That's exactly what we're getting here.
Yeah, and that's the trash part about that. And I do want to send out a quick apology to the people that might have been. I'm sure they're not going to be able to hear this all. The YouTube channel, I don't know why, just ended the stream and screwed. So I will, like I said, I record all this and then I'll send it back up as a video on YouTube. So people that didn't see it, I don't know why it was acting weird, but yep, it didn't stream right on YouTube. So I'll just upload this later. But next up, I want to talk about is Destiny 2. That is, what did they say? June what? I forget what day they said, but in June they're going to be their Monument of Triumph. They're going to be putting up, and that will be the last thing they do with Destiny 2, and that's pretty much it. Which is crazy because Destiny 2's been around for about 12 years.
Yep.
But Bungie did say they will be 100% keeping the game alive. Like the first Destiny, you'll be able to play it all the time and everything like the first one. Uh, I'm sorry, but I loved Destiny 2. I stopped playing it for a while. I haven't been on it for a little bit. I do enjoy it. And what sucks is it's going to be gone now. They ain't going to be updating it anymore. Not saying like gone permanently, but they're not going to be updating it anymore. So, and that sucks because and we were talking about this in the back, in the waiting room. There's a lot of people that are all about Destiny and all that. So, but your take on Destiny 2 giving the last update in June, how do you feel about it, man?
I mean, as you know, I really like Destiny, especially Destiny One. I love Destiny One. I stopped playing like year two or three. I got into Destiny Two real heavy. I played that for a good while up until like it was like one of the updates right after they killed off they killed what's his face off the
Cade
rogue.
6. Cade
Yeah,
6.
Kate. Thank you. They
Yep.
killed off Kate 6. I stopped playing like right after that. Not saying like it was bad. It was just the game got like really grindy for me. And while it's supposed to be an MMO, that's what MMOs do, right? And I do kind of expect that to a extent. It got really grindy. They start, and I think that's what like the sign that they know they're in trouble. And they did come up. There were some peaks and valleys since then, but I've only heard really negative things, since then. And it's what's a nice way to put it?
I'm trying to think of the last. Uh, what was the last thing I did that I played? The final shape was the last thing I did.
Yeah,
So and that was see the idea behind it was awesome and everything, but now it's just weird now, and it sucks because no. But what were you saying before? I was trying to remember where I left off on it.
oh no, you're good. You know what it is? I feel like Destiny should have ended, or at least the story should have ended itself kind of proper with like the final shape, because like I was like reading like a lot of the lore and the story behind it,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh man, that would be really cool for like a finale. Or like I feel like they just kind of like they spread themselves a little too thin, especially like toward the end. And it's like I want to say it felt like they kind of took like their best work and kind of like spread it out,
yeah.
which I mean it can work, and I feel like it can work in a different context. But no, I feel like honestly we should have kept, or they should have ended it sooner. But I want to say they could have came up with some other things kind of to keep it alive. And then I was listening to a YouTuber talk, and I guess like he was there when they were talking about this like a year ago, and they were worried about Marathon, which is kind of funny because I remember thinking like Marathon, you know, nah, because I already knew like what was going on with Bungie and how there was really no one left there, so I didn't think Marathon would be like anything too crazy.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like, from what I saw of Marathon, I didn't really play it. It doesn't look that great to begin with. Um, which I feel that maybe because Marathon already kind of was hurting Destiny. I mean, Bungie, and I think people were just getting tired of just Bungie and all around. So that's why they were losing a lot of money, and I think that's kind of another reason why they um, they just kind of said screw Destiny 2 because I feel they just kind of shoved it off and said screw it because
Yeah,
I think Bungie's kind of in the toilet now. And what's crazy is a lot of people they've got like a 40,000 plus petition going up because they want them to start on Destiny 3, which I don't know. I feel if they're shutting down Destiny 2 stuff, I mean, it could work because that's kind of what they did with Destiny. They kind of just bounced on it and then made Destiny 2 and it lasted a lot longer. But
yeah.
but I don't know if Destiny 3 would save them. I mean, I do you,
No, I don't. No, absolutely not. And it's not even that I'm saying that because I hate Destiny, because I love Destiny, I love the idea behind it. But like I said, I felt like they took a lot of their ideas and spread it out. They burned like a lot of their goodwill, and they've already shown that this current iteration of Bungie, they're just as greedy as active, or yeah, as Activision or as any other company out there, if not worse. And I wouldn't say there's no love that goes into Destiny or anything like it, because if you look at Destiny, Destiny looks beautiful. It looks a lot of
Oh yeah.
fun. There's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of whimsy. There's a lot to bring a player in. But the problem is to keep a player base, to keep like a decent sized player base, and I think that's what we're looking at. We're looking at really like the death of live service games.
Oh
We're
yeah.
at that era.
Well, and that's the thing. Everybody's trying to make everything a live service, and it's like, dude, nobody wants all that anymore, man. It's
Right.
like
Or it's reserved for like certain games.
yeah, like I'm finding all these crazy games that are like on Steam that are like. If you see right now, this one, if you're watching, if you can see the stream, the gameplay, that one's called Steel Seed. Yeah, stuff like that. That's what I'm looking for. Which is that's what I'm looking for. Oh, by the way, what's up, Just Kill DJ? How you doing? Ooh, yeah, he just said, yeah, I can see you, my friend. But this game that that's on the stream right now, that game I was playing it earlier, and it's freaking fantastic. Like single player games and maybe multiplayer games, yeah, like old like Halo stuff. But yeah, the live service stuff is just it's tired and nobody cares, and I think that was also Destiny's writing on the wall, because look at how much all them add-ons and everything were costing. Like what the the final shape, they had a special, what it was like $100, and
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy because that stuff is just like, if you think about it, how many add-ons did Destiny 2 have? They had like a whole bunch, and that's almost like $800 just for that one game, which is crazy. Which, I'm sorry, they need to just start, putting DLC out for free, because a lot of it's just the stuff is getting too expensive. And as you said, the live service stuff is definitely, I think, hopefully starting to come to an end, because it's starting to irritate people. Because look at like when Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, that came out and that ended up being trash because nobody wanted that to be a live service. So
Right.
I love Destiny. As you said, I love the lore Destiny. Big fan of that. I love the first one. The second one I thought was done really well. Um, for a third one, I don't know, man. I think at this point, with this Monuments of Triumph for Destiny 2, I think they should just leave it at that and call it a day. Maybe try to work on something else for a while, and maybe a couple years down, I'm saying a couple years down the road, maybe revisit the Destiny thing. But yeah, don't jump on that right away. Don't be like, oh well, we gotta get something going. We gotta make Destiny 3, because that's definitely something that they shouldn't be working on.
Right.
Yeah. Let me get I have a bad memory. That's why I always have the topics next to me. So,
My buddy K Trey just wanted to make us aware that Xbox controllers have a less accessibility on their controllers, and PlayStation 4 are easier on that market. Which just to add in real quick,
mm-hmm.
that's actually kind of interesting, because he is disabled. He actually plays with one hand, which is really amazing. The things that he can do with a PlayStation 4 controller is wild. And I actually played a game with him called T3.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. It's a fun little game. It was a mobile game. It's dead now. It's still live. You can still download it and play it, but it's a dead game now, honestly. But still, he was like one of the best players I have ever seen on that game. And he used a PlayStation 4 controller, and he plays with one hand. And
Oh,
I'm wondering, oh yes, and I'm wondering if, at some point will we see something where that will also decide like sales. You know what I'm saying? Like the accessibility things. Because I've
adaptive
seen
controllers.
right. I've seen that like on TikTok, like when I'm scrolling and whatnot. And I'm trying to get ideas for my own thing, my own personal thing.
Okay.
I see a lot of disabled people playing, video games, and they're like using like their mouths, or they're using like whatever they have. I saw one person playing with their feet, and that floored me. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, it's
what?
amazing to see how some disabled people play, man. Like I saw a paralyzed guy from the neck down. He was
Mhm.
smoking people on Call of Duty live, and yeah, he was just using his head and everything. which is crazy because then you have the love for video games and stuff like that. And
Right.
I know PlayStation, they have an adaptive controller. It's a circular looking. I'd have to look at it again, but like their adaptive controller is like a circular thing with the buttons. I believe you could take off and map them in certain ways. And then Xbox's adaptive controller is kind of a rectangular thing with two circles where you could do different setups with it. And they actually, I just saw an ad it was either this morning or last night. They have a new steering adaptive controller coming out. I'll have to try and find it and put it up on X or somewhere so people can see it. But yeah, it's like, it looks like a part of a Wii controller, the nunchuck part, not the
Mm-hmm.
not the stick part, but the little curve thing. It looks like that. You set like a weird like U looking thing on top of it, and then you can steer stuff with that, which I think is absolutely cool because companies that actually take the time, like I will say PlayStation and Xbox, they are I will forever give kudos to, because the fact that you will make adaptive controllers for disabled people to continue to play is awesome. That's one thing I will say I love about PlayStation and Xbox is they make them adaptive controllers, because everybody should be able to game it up, and everything like that. So
No, absolutely. And just even thinking about that, I wonder just how much, even if they start, streaming and such, how that could really affect. I want to say like the console wars, because I really do feel like the console wars are over. But I wonder if that would affect um pricing, on the front for controllers. Because
yeah.
like me personally, I already told you last episode, I'm floored that a controller costs as much, if not more, than an actual game itself. Like when games cost less than a controller, that's when you guys need to like step back. I'm not even talking about like the elite stuff. The elite stuff makes sense because they're supposed to come with the extra bells and whistles. We had talked about that before. Last week actually, yeah, we talked about that last week.
Mm-hmm.
And looking back on it, I'm thinking to myself, why are like basic controllers, more than like a $40 game, a $30 game? You know what I'm saying? I feel like controllers should be no more than $50,
Well,
and I'm like name brand.
and you know what the
This should
sad thing
be
is?
hard.
We're not gonna get the. That's just the name of the game now. We're never gonna get like even the basic controllers are gonna be 60, $70 the price of the game or something like that or more. And that's the crazy thing because this economy, until stuff starts going down, I mean, I don't think we'll have the low price tags on the controllers ever again, which is weird and I think sucks. But we are going to move on. We still got a couple more topics that we need to cover. So, but yes, that was adaptive controllers. Yes, they need to keep going with those. And speaking of keep coming up with ideas for adaptive controllers and games and everything, Sony's State of Play is going to be June 2nd. Xbox's E-Day showcase is going to be June 7th. And Nintendo's Direct is going to be June 12th. Now, with all of those coming up, hopefully, because we don't have E3 anymore, and who remembers E3?
Right.
But we got Sony up to bat first. What would you like to see Sony definitely announce on the 2nd?
So when it comes to Sony, I think the only thing I'm really like on the edge of my seat for is really Wolverine, and I know like that's confirmed. And I will be very interested in the next God of War game, even though I've not played the franchise. I love watching other people play it.
Yeah.
My PlayStation 4 is down, and I don't have a PlayStation 5, so I'm not even looking at the God of War series right now. But I would like to see what's going on there. I'm definitely interested in that, and I'm obviously interested in Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, because they definitely we're going to see more screen time with Wolverine, which, yes, I'm excited for that one. I'll actually turn my PlayStation on here in a little bit to try Wolverine. Spider-Man 3 I'm sure isn't going to get announced, but that would be interesting because I saw somebody online post up about Spider-Man 3 possibly being announced, which I would love Spider-Man 3 to be announced saying that it's in the works because I did like Spider-Man 2. I thought it was good. The only thing that upset me is they cut the Carnage DLC, they cut the Venom DLC. I really wanted those to happen, so that's why I really want Spider-Man 3 to kind of make its way out now because you got Doc Ock, Green Goblin, and you still got Carnage running around. So I would very much
Mhm.
love to see Spider-Man 3 get announced. And then, of course, the God of War remake, I'd like to hear some stuff on it. I know they might not have anything ready to rock and roll for it, but I hope that if they have the God of War stuff come out, I hope it's still in the old school style. Not, I don't want it in third person. I hope the remake they keep it that way, like the old way how it previously was, because I like the third person of how it was, how that story was the Norse mythology. Duh, my brain blanked, but the Greek mythology, I want it to be the way it was, just beefed up with better graphics and everything. So, and that's what I would like to see. Um, Spider-Man 3 get announced. More stuff of God of War, and then definitely pumped to see Wolverine. But for Xbox coming out on the 7th after the E-Day showcase, I would hope they would like to. I hope they show more, but we're gonna finally see some more stuff on the newest Gears of War, which I am a Gears of War fan. I have Gears of War tattooed on the top of my hand. I love Gears of War. 5 kind of was not a fan of. It is what it is, but I love Gears of War. I want to know, and this is like both Dominic and Marcus are supposed to be young in this, so I am excited to see the route they go with this. Um, your thoughts of Gears of War E-Day? What do you think about that?
Oh boy, so let me get started here. Okay, first of all, absolutely love Gears of War. I love the lore behind it. I remember playing Gears of War 2 and 3, and we were all discussing like what we thought would happen, and then the books came out, comics came out, and they were very interesting. So a lot can be done with Gears of War. Now, as a franchise, it's hurt. It's a zombie franchise, right? It's like what we were talking about before last time. It's one of those franchises that really did suffer
Mm-hmm.
from doing too much, putting Kate in the driver's seat, which was very disrespectful, especially to where they tried to build up JD
Mm-hmm.
and then going back. And this is like my first thoughts on like the trailer because like that teaser. That teaser came out like what, like almost a year ago.
I think almost 2 years ago. It's been a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's been a while. My brain, my stupid consumer brain said, "Oh my fucking god, we're back." Excuse,
Mm-hmm.
excuse, excuse that bomb. Give me that one. Give me that one.
Oh, you're
I said,
fine.
boys, we are back, and you have no idea how excited I was.
Yep.
I was all in it, and then I
Mm-hmm.
had to remember where Gears of War was. It's like, okay, wait, hold on, guys. So, they're trying to get me. It almost got me, but I'm not gonna lie. I am extremely excited for it. Right, I want to see what's going on with the game. I want to see what they're going to do lore wise because one problem with the Gears of War franchise is that because they keep going back or because they keep adding additions to like certain parts of the war, it kind of throws off like the original three trilogy, like what you already know, right?
Yeah.
So if you're playing it for like the story, I think it's best to kind of like hold your breath. I don't even like saying it like that, but like unless you are okay with inaccuracies, um because it seems like they'll do just about anything to to get us back in, and even if that means just giving us both Dominic and Dom back and righteously, and please do not castrate me for this. We should have left Marcus Phoenix on his own. Like he should have never been a part of Gears of War 4 the way that he was.
Yeah.
I think that was a misstep. I think we need like a whole new team, especially if you want to put like Kate in the driver's seat. Um, I think that was handled really just wrong.
Yeah, how are you going to bring Marcus
So
back and build up JD just to have her? Yeah,
right.
4 was okay. I felt like 4 did the Star Wars Episode 7 approach. It was pretty
Yeah, it
much
was
a
safe. Four was safe. Four
4
was
was
like a safe
safe.
bet.
Yeah, and now I hope, like, I'm excited. Like you said, we're back. I hope Gears of War is back. That's what I want. I want it to be nitty gritty, nasty, dirty. Because I'm sorry, when that first game came out, that was just nasty and dirty, dude.
Oh yes,
And that's
yes.
that's
You
what I
got to
want.
chainsaw someone. Oh yes, when you got to chainsaw someone and half you saw their guts go everywhere. This is the kind of game that I wouldn't say it's like for dudes, but it's definitely a game for somebody that has like a or a higher tolerance for gore,
Yeah.
right? It's for people who don't mind just going there, especially like in a war game. And I feel like that franchise moved away from that in four, and I
Oh,
think that's like one of the things that kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. And
yeah.
then with Gears of War 5, I thought Gears of War 5 was it has some really good ideas, especially like with the enemy types.
But just
I like
poorly
the
executed.
leeches. Yeah, it was definitely poorly executed. Like, can you imagine having like the DBs working with you, and then all of a sudden an enemy comes in and flips around, turns those tables around, and
Yeah.
the DBs were way more powerful, in my opinion, and not just like fodder. Because I think that's again they put that in there for a better rating,
Yeah.
for like a lower rating, and I thought that was kind of weird. But if they were more powerful, or if they were something like a mech or something like that, and then you had the swarm come in with the leeches, and then like turn the mech against you after it just saved you from like a big boss, or even like a new type of berserker, that would have been fire,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. But I mean, oh my god, I'm just enough with gushing about Gears. I would like to see. Now I know it's pretty much going to be focused on Gears of War. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I'd like to see them announce other stuff. Now, like a big thing that Xbox fans are screaming about, and a lot of people would love to see this. They want exclusives back, exclusives,
Yep.
exclusives, exclusives. Which, hey, that's what sells a product. I've said that
Mm-hmm.
since day one. Now I get it. What Phil Spencer's approach was with Xbox, how hey, we're gonna have it everywhere, and the idea was there, but it's like that's going to kill the Xbox brand, which almost happened. We're not gonna Let's not pretend that Xbox wasn't on the verge of being put to sleep, but now everybody wants exclusives to happen, and everybody wants Xbox to rug pull the games that are coming out for PlayStation. They want Halo Combat Evolved to not go to PlayStation. They don't want Forza, and they definitely don't want Fable. Gears of War has already been put out on PlayStation, but the other ones they want them to pull that. Which, sorry guys, that's something that Xbox will not do because at this point they have already advertised it. There's people already advertising that it's going to be on PlayStation because if Xbox did that, then they're going to find themselves in a huge, massive lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
But for exclusive wise, are you on the exclusive train, or are you're gonna if you own an Xbox, you don't care if it's across the board, you're gonna get it no matter what, or do you want exclusives to be back to Xbox?
Well, see, most of the games that I do play, they're on all platforms anyway, with the exception of something like Halo or Gears or just things of that nature. When it comes to exclusives, I don't think we should just have exclusives. Like that obviously keeps the brand going. Let's like you said, let's just call it what it is. It keeps the brand going. It
Mm-hmm.
keeps people interested and it gives them a reason to buy the actual console. And when it comes to the actual exclusives, like you were saying before, all we really got is like Forza. If I'm being completely honest, like Fable's dead. Fable's been dead for years. It was one of my favorite RPG games. Fable 1, Fable 2 was a slight misstep, and Fable 3 just felt like a normie game. It was like a normie's power fantasy, which is, I guess, it's fine, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel like for me, it put the final nail in the franchise. So there was just, I don't know, it's really weird.
Well,
Um, but no, I don't think Xbox really needs. If they want exclusives, they need like one or two good ones.
Yeah.
or they need to take a step back, look at their IPs, and stop trying to copy everybody else. One of the things that killed Halo was, we don't want Halo fans, we want the COD fans. If you remember that was like 10 plus years ago. That's what they
Yep.
did with Halo 4.
Yep.
And that destroyed the franchise. The fans were already split on like Reach and 3. And Reach, as much as I like to wank Reach was not that good. It was definitely
What?
experimental. Hold on. It was definitely experimental. It was definitely great for what it did. But the story was okay. I like the theme was amazing. The fact that you got to make your own Spartan, chef's kiss, right?
Yeah.
But we're talking about like in a vacuum. If we're gonna put up against Halo 3, which to be fair, Halo 3 was really just finishing what Halo 2 did, right? And it gave us a really epic ending. Its multiplayer was solid. I would argue that Reach's multiplayer wasn't as strong only because it was more experimental. I would argue that.
I will say Halo 5's Halo 5's online was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that. I thought that one was actually a really good online. The story for Halo 5 sucked though. That was just a
absolutely not.
whole big misleading and everything, especially with all the advertising. Yeah, I loved Halo Reach. I thought it was good. The one I did not like, and I know I'll probably get made fun of for this because I know a lot of people liked it, was ODST. I couldn't stand that one. I hated everything about that one.
I think ODST really suffered from. I feel like it was just too early for ODST. I feel like that would have been a great game had they. I don't know. I don't feel like it was like the right time for it because I liked what they were trying to do. I didn't like how small the map was and like the jumping around story. I mean, like I guess it was okay. It wasn't that great. However, Firefight for me was actually very fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the team aspect of it. Now, when we're talking about course corrections, for our beloved franchises, or our beloved franchises,
Yes.
Halo. I don't know what the heck Halo could do because I feel like going to PlayStation is like the only thing they really could do numbers wise. And if you're talking to an investor, that's all they care about is like numbers.
Yeah.
If you're talking about bringing the fans like truly back in and keeping them, going back to Xbox, I'm not even sure that would even save it. Like I don't know what you could do.
So, how can I?
No. Go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to think because 1, 2, and 3, those were epic storylines. I don't know what they could do to revamp Halo to bring it back to make it solely on Xbox. Like, now they did confirm, I believe they confirmed that they are remaking 2 and 3, which fantastic. But besides the remakes, what else could they do with Halo to bring it back to make it stay on Xbox? Really,
I really hate to say it, they need to stop making Halo. It's literally the only thing you can do. Starve the fans of Halo, not because it's bad or anything. I think they're trying to do too much. They're trying to bring Xbox back. Halo can no longer carry the mantle. We're at that point.
I mean
that in like the nicest way possible. And I love Halo. I'm like one of the biggest Halo stans ever. And I feel like taking like a step back from Halo and like maybe focusing on like the media, like comic books, and kind of tying everything back in together in a canon that makes sense is like the best way to do that.
Yeah.
Get the canon back.
Trying to think. Yeah, I think the only thing that would be able to help them out right now is as of right now, because Fable, that they got the new Fable coming out at, I think it's towards the end of the year, and that's going to be on PlayStation. So the only thing they got cooking right now is Gears of War E-Day, unless they've got some other IPs in the works. And that's the thing, man. A lot of these companies are afraid to do is like just try new IPs. Like look at Pragmata. Look at how well that did. And that was just they took a chance on that. Capcom said, screw it, we're going to make it. And everybody loved it. That's what these companies need to do now, because a lot of these older games now, this is stuff when we were younger cats, dude. This is stuff like we grew up with, and now they gotta start. Yeah, they're gonna have to revamp everything, kind of come up with some new ideas, like new IPs. Like I said, Pragmata, that was a prime example. That was a perfect game that came out, and hopefully, if they can try and do something with that. I love Resident Evil. Don't get me wrong, I love them to death, but we're on Resident Evil 10. Okay, all right. There's not much more Chris and Leon can do. Like, I love Requiem. I think that's an amazing game. But after these add-ons for it, they really should try and do something different. I mean, that's like Halo. Try to do something different. Try some new IPs. Try to come up with something. Don't be afraid. I get it. Everybody's afraid of losing money and everything. But Xbox and PlayStation, they need to start coming up with some new IPs to put out there because, yes, the older cats like us will still buy the games if it looks cool and stuff, but we're not going to be around forever, man, and they're going to have a new generation, and so far they have nothing that will carry their brand name. I mean, seriously, dude, like, look at, they're remaking Halo, they're remaking God of War, they're trying to capture the young generation now. And these guys really need to just, like I said, come up with some new IPs, something. And I hope when Xbox goes live, and I hope when PlayStation goes live, you know, they come out and they announce some new IPs and take a chance. Like, I'm on Steam, you see the gameplay videos I got going on and stuff. These are games that look interesting that I'm trying that I've never seen before. That's why I'm playing them, and I'm kind of recording them and putting them up there so everybody see. Like, I believe this one's called Morbid Metal, the one that's in the stream right now. It's fun ass game. And then the other one was, I can't remember what it is right now. I'll put them up in the description or throw them on the Twitch channel later. But stuff like that, there's not much that can be done that these companies need to just start taking a chance because Call of Duty's dead. In my opinion, that's dead and buried. Get rid of Call of Duty. Halo, you can remake 1, 2, and 3, and, you know, I'm definitely going to buy it. Love Halo. Love Gears of War. I'm gonna buy E-Day. Hopefully it picks it up and everything and gets it going again. But at the end of the day, a lot of these new cats, these younger kids, they don't want that stuff. So hopefully these guys have some good IPs in the work that we can start seeing. Like, especially Nintendo. Nintendo, so far, they've got Pokemon that's been carrying them. Mario, which, man, I don't know how much more they can do with Mario. I mean, I'm sorry. Nintendo, you kind of burned the bridges with me, but I'm only one person. They still got a million other people. And then Star Fox and Metroid. You made Metroid Prime 4 and Star Fox. I want to play those so bad, but I don't want to spend the $500+ for the Switch 2 to get it. But
yeah, no, absolutely not.
That's ridiculous. And that's another thing is we're in a time that's absolutely terrible for gaming too, because with everything going up so high. And I hope that this damn AI stuff starts to tank out so everything can go down in price again, like PC stuff and PlayStation stuff and everything. Because remember when everybody lost their minds when Xbox One was $500? Now it's like $700. PlayStation, they're at $900 for the Pro, and it's getting ridiculous. And after a while, it's just going to get so high up there, nobody's going to want anything.
Well, it's not just that. Going back to our first topic, if you're going to pay $500 for a system, you still have to, create an account. You still have to buy things, right?
Yeah.
You still have to you don't have to, but you can get your membership to play with the extra games that you would get per month, because you get like a free game if you have like all the consoles. What's like 2 free games right now? Because I don't think they're doing it anymore for 3. So it's like 2 free games a month, maybe like a free game a month. You're just gonna let me get hacked. You're not gonna look at how you're handling your practices. I mean, you're not going to tell people either. Like what's going on here? And you know, it's not just like random everyday people being hacked. I heard that there are like some bigger, you know, names in the gaming space being hacked. So it's obviously targeted,
Oh yeah,
and that doesn't make me feel comfortable or confident in your brand at all. In
exactly.
fact, I'm a little shook by that.
Yeah, like that's another thing. It's like, hence why I don't really. PlayStation is also another, like, Nintendo's cooked in my book. Unless they do something very innovative that will make me want to jump back on their brand. They're kind of cooked in my book, and it's sad to say because I grew up with Nintendo. PlayStation is starting to run that course with me. Xbox is slowly making its way back into my heart. I mean, I will always love Xbox, but you know, like I said, it all falls down to if you don't have the software, then how are you going to sell the hardware?
Right.
And that's you can keep remaking everything, but man, it's gonna just at the same time. That's what PlayStation kind of got made fun of for the PS5 generation. All they had was remakes, remakes. They had a couple of decent games like Sorrows came out. What else did they have? It was another one that came out that they got made fun of. See, this console generation wasn't even that memorable. I can't remember half the crap that came out for it. So, but the Xbox isn't getting the pass either because they were on the verge of being shot. The only ones that did something was Nintendo, and they weren't even really worth a crap. So, but hopefully these online events, PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, they deliver some good stuff for us, man. That's all I'm looking forward to. Hopefully we have some decent stuff coming out. So, but I'm done yakking. We have come to the time to where we start closing out the show, my friend. Uh, and first and foremost, before we do our outros, I do want to apologize again to the YouTube community. I don't know why the stream was breaking up really bad for YouTube. So, like I said, I'm going to re-upload this as soon as we go off the air, so I can get that on there because I feel we had some good conversations going on tonight. So, but definitely, again, I apologize. Hopefully, next week's better. But Galaxy Eater, give us your final thoughts about today's event, our topics and everything, and then tell everybody where they can find you.
So I'm going to be completely honest. For all my griping and complaining, I am still quite happy that gaming is still chugging along. There will be a point where that won't be the case anymore, and I'm glad we actually covered these topics. There's a lot of things that are it's just hard to unsee, and I feel like it's important that we even just have these discussions in the first place, at least just to get people thinking, talking, and even just feeling about it. Because again, like I said before, we vote with our wallets. And the
Yes.
more we let these companies get away with these things, the less they'll actually give us. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just important that we just have these conversations. That's all, and that's all it really is. And I'm actually grateful to be on here with you to even just vent a little bit or even voice my opinions as a gamer. Because let's be honest, there's going to be a point in time when, because our opinions already don't matter so much. They only care about that dollar. There's going to be a point where we won't even be able to tell them how bad these things are. They won't look at our X accounts anymore. They won't take, our complaints anymore. And you would think, well, yeah, no, it's customer service. We're dealing with AI now. Like whenever we're dealing with customer service, and that to me burns me more than anything.
Yes.
Right? I was already upset when our customer service got moved to like another country, and we're dealing with people that they don't have the same level of care that we do when it comes to like customer service, because of course there's someone from another country, unless they really care about their job, which is like a case by case basis, right?
Yeah.
But now it's a computer, and now I can't even talk to a person anymore. So it's like, at what point where we won't be able to ever contact some company, and some companies actually are like that now. You can't even contact them if you need help. So this is important that we have these conversations, that we put this in people's minds,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to have the ability to speak up. So this is that. And other than that, you can find me on YouTube. I'm at Galaxy GAL XIE TV at youtube.com. You can also find me on X or Twitter, whichever you prefer. I prefer Twitter.
Yeah,
And you
it's
can
Twitter
always
to
find
me.
me here. You can always find me here 5 to 6 every Saturday complaining and griping about our spaces.
That's right, exactly. We have a voice, damn it. We will speak our minds. But
Mm-hmm.
and you guys know where you can find me. You can find me on Twitter. Yes, the X name is weird to me. Uh, you will find me here every Saturday from 5 to 6, maybe a little after 6, depends if we're venting really bad. And next week my son will be joining us again. Like I said, hopefully next week everything will be set up for YouTube. You can find me on Twitch with the Glitcher Boys. You go on YouTube, attack the Glitcher. Change the name has changed to the Glitcher Boys. There's a few more days left for the Gleam, so you guys can get a chance to win a copy of 007 First Light and all that good stuff. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Like I said, I apologize again to the YouTubers. This will be going up right away as soon as I turn off the live so I can edit it and throw it up on YouTube so everybody else can check it out. And other than that, that's all I got. Thank you all for tuning in, and y'all keep a tight ass and have a good night. Oh, yeah.
Giggity, 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 goo.
Now let me hit that outro. Where's it at? Oh, there it is.